Hello there, Aquarius. We are going to pull cards for the week of January the 20th through the 26th for your tarot video forecast. I am pulling one card for each day, and we'll look and see what comes up psychically along with the cards, just to see what kind of energies we have coming in for you for the week, Aquarius. I am really kind of interested. How are you guys feeling since Pluto has entered your sign? Have you noticed a shift? I would love to know that, actually. Let's take a peek at our cards. By the way, guys, if you would like to support my work here, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee account. There's a link in the description you can use if you would like to support that. Also, if you would like to do a private reading, then all that information is on my website on the screen, amista.info. All my contact information is there too. If you have any questions after looking at that, feel free to reach out to me for questions or for scheduling. Let's jump into your cards, Aquarius. First card we have comes up for Monday, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords just says Monday, you're making some kind of strategy, making some kind of plan. There's something that you are setting a goal and you are getting ready to put a plan in place so that you can work towards it. You may even be burning the midnight oil to do that, actually. And then on Tuesday, we have the Four of Swords coming up in reverse. This just means you may be in a different location on Tuesday. At the very least, you'll be doing something in a different location than normal if you're not in a completely different location than usual on Tuesday. Queen of Cups is showing up on Wednesday. Aquarius, I'm going to tell you, this is not you. This is somebody you're interacting with, and they are basically having some kind of emotional meltdown on Wednesday. I think that you're actually holding space for them. You're kind of their support person in this situation. So they may be talking to you about whatever this is that has them melting down. Just as a friend or as a sounding board type of situation. I don't think that they're melting down at you, but I think that you're sort of holding space for them and trying to help them to remodulate their emotions, basically. On Thursday, Four of Cups shows up here on Thursday. This just talks about the idea that something has gone on that has been disappointing. The tendency is going to be to lean towards some kind of pity party. You guys know how I feel about pity parties. They just bring in stagnancy. They don't do us any good at all. They don't even let us manifest in a good way because our emotions are down so low. So if you feel like you're moving into pity party mode, just remind yourself there's always a silver lining. Look how there's a cup hidden up there in that nook of the tree. There's always a silver lining. So try to find the silver lining or the other opportunities that you can move forward with in spite of the disappointment. That's going to help your day go a lot better if you can do that. Now, let's look at Friday. Here we have the Lovers coming up in reverse. This just tells me Friday there's some kind of partnership, whether it's an actual romantic partnership or a business partnership or a solid friendship, but there's some kind of partnership where you guys are having a hard time being on the same page. And so we may actually look at best advice for that situation later on. We're gonna see what else comes up. All right, looking at Saturday, we have a Nine of Pentacles showing up in reverse. This is telling me that you're missing somebody or missing their influence in your life on Saturday. This could be somebody that went out of town. This could be this person that Friday you're not having a hard time being on the same page with, but missing somebody. And then on Sunday, we have the Four of Wands coming up in reverse. You may be out of town on Sunday, spending at least some time away from home, and this may even be tied in with our Saturday energy too. It could be that you're feeling a little bit homesick, actually, over the weekend. Let's look at best advice for how to handle this situation where the Lovers show up in reverse. Whoever this partnership is that you're having a hard time being on the same page, what is your best advice for how to handle this situation? What do we have, Aquarius? Oh, this is kind of rough, actually. Well, I don't know how rough it is because when you do cards for every day, sometimes things look a lot rougher than they really are where the rubber meets the road. But it looks like your best advice with this is, first of all, you've got the Hermit in reverse, which says, the first part of the best advice is take some time, step away, be by yourself, think this thing through. So, in other words, don't react. Take some time to think about what's going on here and what you want the outcome to be. And then, with that Hermit in reverse, come back to the conversation and respond in a more healthy way. There is something coming up where you're going to have to acknowledge that there are some feelings here. There are some feelings of some heartache or some heartbreak, whether they're your feelings or the other person's feelings. These are going to need to be discussed or talked about. And then we have the Feralt showing up in reverse. This basically says that this situation is one that is sort of out of balance. It's not a reciprocal situation. So I think that whoever it is that is feeling this heartache or this heartbreak, I feel like there's one person that's feeling it much more intensely than the other. And I think that there's, with that Feralt coming up in reverse, you can see when she's right side up, she's kind of the medicine woman. She brings healing. She brings balance into the situation. I don't think that this is a situation that can be balanced. I think the only way that you get past this situation is whoever is going through these hurt or injured feelings kind of has to get to the other side of them. They have to find their own healing. This comes up to me like you may not be able to fix whatever this is that's bothering that other person. Okay? So don't try to hold yourself to that standard where you're making yourself responsible for their feelings or for fixing this, because fixing this, two people are involved in this at least. And so the other person's going to have to put out some effort for that too. I also kind of get the sense when I'm looking at these cards that this other person may be projecting some blame onto you. That may be why you have to step back into that Hermit energy for a minute or two. And so make sure that, you're looking at this objectively before you really try to do anything to move forward. Make sure that you're not trying to handle this in some kind of triggered way. That's what the Hermit is all about. It's like, okay, let me get out of all these strong emotions. Let me really think about what's going on here, especially what's going on with me. Why am I feeling this way or that way? And sorting through all of that. Okay? So that's what we have for you, Aquarians. You guys are able to make it through anything. You guys can be very logical. And especially if you consciously decide to, you can. So I think you guys can make it through this situation just fine. Don't let it stress you out. You've got this, okay? So thank you very much for being here. If you guys need a reading at some point during the week, I'll be happy to do that for you. Otherwise, I will see you guys back on the next video. Peace